Hello there and welcome back to another pocket project. So today I'm going to share with you two of my favourite secret pockets. Now if you're a regular viewer here you will have seen these already, so I do apologise, but for those that maybe haven't seen any of my videos before, I wanted to be able to share these secret pockets with you. Sometimes we'll get a blank page in our journal and we're a bit like, ugh, don't know quite what to do with it. Well, I've got two solutions for you, so let's crack on. So I've got two sheets here that are exactly the same, and I could stick one of these on. Now this is obviously a lot smaller than my signature page, but I could have a piece of paper that's a lot bigger, but it was just easy enough to show you how to create this pocket. And I did this in a journal many years ago and I called it a ghost pocket. I don't know whether someone else has done this very similar and called it something else. I don't know. But anyway, I called it a ghost pocket. So you need two pages that are exactly the same. All right. So we would glue this into our journal. So I'll go and do that now. Even though it's slightly smaller, I'm not worried because this is just my sample book. So it's only to act as a reminder as to how you go about doing it. And I'm just going to stick that in there. Now it might be a page that you've already got in your journal. It doesn't necessarily have to be blank at the background, but whatever the paper is, so even if it was this one, I'd need two pieces of it. So with this one, I'm actually going to cut it up. And although the pattern kind of indicates that I could cut it off as a triangle here and add a triangular pocket, I'm actually just going to cut across there, and I'm just going to do a straightforward straight pocket. So then that would sit on top of there, and now just by looking at this you can't tell that there is a pocket there. So I'm going to glue this in place just by gluing around three sides. As I say, it could be triangular or any other shape that suits you, just so long as it forms a pocket. And you're cutting out the exact same part of the paper as is already in place. And then I'm going to sit that on top. Make sure that it's all lined up. And when you now look at that page, you can't actually tell that there is a pocket there. You could also add a journaling card, a hidden journaling card, by choosing a third piece of paper and cutting it out so that it makes a journaling card. Now bearing in mind I've got glue around these three sides, I need to cut it slightly smaller. So I'm going to use this line here as my guideline. And I want it narrower so that it'll fit in the pocket. And I want it slightly shorter, so I'm going to cut off that top bit, not the bottom bit. But because I've put glue down here, I need to trim off a fraction, because if I sit this inside the pocket, it's going to sit slightly higher than the base of the pocket. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off, sort of about my glue's worth, but I can always trim off a little bit more. And then when I sit that inside of the pocket, if I line it all up, see, I can tell I need to trim just a fraction more off that bottom. So now the journaling card lines up with the pattern that's on the background paper as well as the pocket, and so now you've got this secret little spot to actually write on. Alright, the paper curls up a little bit, it's not 100% perfect, but it gives the illusion when you initially look at it that there's nothing there. So if I just push it off to the side, you can see here the pattern now doesn't match up because it's angled, but if I line it up, you can see that it all matches, and initially you can't tell A, that there's a pocket there, and B, that there's a journaling card in there. So that's one of my favourite secret pockets. Another blank page. So here I've got a whole sheet and I need to trim off all this white edge because I want this pattern piece to act as my secret pocket, and I'm going to attach it to this blank page here. So I haven't got to think about decorating it because it'll have this beautiful paper sat on top of it. So it does need to be round about the same size as your signature page, and I have got a written instruction on this, so you'll see that in a second. So I'm going to go off and go and trim these white edges off, and I'll be back. Alright, I've trimmed off all the white edges, and this is the page that I'm left with. So if I line it up, it's not an exact fit, but it doesn't matter, it's as near as damn it is to swearing. So I would stick that to this blank page and I would glue it around 3 sides on the back side of this piece of paper, and then what remains is I'll flip the paper over, and this bit that's sticking out I would then fold that over to make a flap on this side. So to access the pocket you would pull that flap back, and you've got this pocket here in between the 2 pieces of paper. Now I've got one already in my book, so I'm not going to glue this one in, so I'll show you that. So here you can see the flap, and what I've done is I've done a lovely punched border on the flap side itself and inked it up, so that when I pull this back I'm revealing that secret pocket in between the 2 pieces of paper, and that was the other side of the paper, of which I've now added a pocket on top of it. So here's my set of instructions for this particular one. So if you want to pause the video at this point and just make a note, and that's it. Really simple, but you've got 2 now secret journaling spots to store some secret information or notes inside of those 2 pockets. So I hope that you can take this away with you and put the ideas into your pocket idea book like I've done in mine, and then just run with it, see what you can create. It's because I'm only giving you ideas of what you can do, and then it's up to you then to go and take it to the point where you want to use it within your journal. But that's today's 2 secret pockets. Thanks for joining me again today, and I'll see you all again, let me think, next Tuesday, and I'll show you some more pockets to put in your ideas book. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now. Bye.